My name is Adam, and I've spent most of my life feeling like a stranger in my own skin, drifting through the days in this vast, empty high-rise in London, where the city lights flicker like distant memories. I'm a screenwriter by trade, but honestly, my scripts are just echoes of the things I can't say out loud. Stories about loss, about family, about the parts of me that got left behind when I was just a kid. It all started to unravel, or maybe come together, one lonely night when the fire alarm went off in the building. That's when I first noticed him, Harry, this enigmatic guy from down the hall, peering through his peephole like he was as isolated as I was. He showed up at my door later, bottle in hand, with that disarming smile and a raw honesty that cut right through my defenses. "Do you ever feel lonely?" he asked, and God did that hit home. We talked, we drank, and something sparked between us. A connection that felt both terrifying and inevitable, like opening a door I'd nailed shut years ago. But that was just the beginning. See, I'd been working on the script about my parents, trying to make sense of the accident that took them when I was 12. One evening, compelled by some invisible pull, I took the train back to my childhood home in the suburbs. And there they were, my mom and dad, alive, just as I remembered them from the 80s. With the same wallpaper, the same Christmas tree lights twinkling in the background. It was impossible, surreal, like stepping into a dream that refused to end. At first, I thought I was losing my mind, but they were so real, hugging me, cooking dinner, asking about my life as if no time had passed. We talked for hours, catching up on the decades they'd missed. I told them about my job, about the world changing around us, but the hard parts, those came slower. Coming out to them as gay, admitting the bullying I'd endured at school, the isolation that followed. It was like reliving it all, but this time with the chance to hear their reactions, to see the love and confusion in their eyes. My mom, with her warm but sometimes hesitant embrace, and my dad, stoic yet tender, sharing stories from their own youth that I've never known. It was healing in a way, but it stirred up so much pain too. The what-ifs, the regrets, the unspoken words that had haunted me for so long. Meanwhile, back in the city, Harry and I grew closer. Our nights together were intense, passionate, filled with that rare kind of vulnerability where you let someone see the cracks in your armor. He'd lost people too, carried his own ghosts, and in each other we found a fragile kind of solace. We'd wander the empty corridors of the building, share secrets under the neon glow, and for the first time in years, I felt seen. Not just as the quiet guy scripting other people's lives, but as me, with all my flaws and fears. But as these two worlds collided, the ghostly reunions with my parents and this budding romance with Harry, everything started to blur. The lines between past and present, reality and fantasy, love and loss, they all melted away. I'd wake up disoriented, questioning what was real, but pushing forward because deep down, I needed these encounters to confront the boy I used to be, the man I'd become. There were moments of joy, like dancing with Harry in a crowded club, feeling alive in a way I hadn't since childhood, or sitting with my parents watching old home videos, laughing at forgotten family jokes. But there was sorrow, too. The ache of knowing these reunions couldn't last. The fear of opening my heart only to have it shattered again. Harry challenged me to let go, to embrace the messiness of connection, while my parents' presence forced me to forgive, not just them, but myself for surviving without them. As the nights wore on, the high-rise felt less like a prison and more like a threshold, a place where I could rewrite my story, even if it meant facing the unbearable truth that we're all strangers to someone sometime. In the end, it was a journey that reshaped me, teaching me that love, in all its forms, lingers beyond time, beyond death, beyond the walls we build around ourselves. I emerged changed, still carrying the weight of what was lost, but lighter somehow, with a quiet hope that connection is possible, even in the loneliest places. That's my story, or at least the heart of it. The strange, beautiful, heartbreaking path that led me here.